a stock market crash. This is the real world investing information that will give you the edge to be successful in the stock market. No gimmicks, just real strategies, and I'll make the offer even better with a 10-day free trial of the Working Investor Program.
Once you're in the gang, you're in the know. And with the free 10-day trial of the Working Investor Program, there's no reason not to give it a try.
Become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grande and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the Working Investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor Program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grande and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grande can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I've signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this. But it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for,
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Money's coming to me.
There's a big wedge between wages and inflation. That's called productivity. And productivity has been fantastic.
Wrong, 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 wrong. That's a lot of nuts.
Yeah, it sure is. Productivity. We haven't seen, or let's put it this way here, U.S. worker productivity is the lowest in 75 years. But see, he'll come out and lie. He does that all the time. From Morton at Stiegel. He'll always come out and lie. You know, it's amazing. They just can't tell the truth. You know, they got this thing like you got to keep telling people lies, so they keep buying stocks and they keep going out and they buy stuff so to keep the economy going. It's unbelievable. All you do is keep hurting people. You know what people don't realize with this QE from 2008 to 2023? People on Main Street got slaughtered. Their net worth didn't go anywhere. But the net worth of the top 1% went up like 12 times. While the net worth of the hardworking Main Street folks, nothing. Nothing. So in other words, let's take the average net worth of Main Street, the Main Street folks, the hardworking folks, our 160 million folks who are, that work every day and try to put a meal on their table. Their average net worth is $56,000. Now you take the average net worth of the top 1% is $48 million. What made the difference? Well, the stock market, QE. I mean, think about it, for 14 years, the very, very wealthy, they just had to go in and keep buying stocks. The stock was only going to go one place, up. And inflation benefited them. Matter of fact, from 2009 to 2023, the top 1% in net worth increased $43 trillion, while the bottom 50% net worth gained only $2 trillion. Now, tell my members today, I said, I don't know why anybody's listening to Bloomberg and all these networks, because all they talk about is, when they telling you to buy a stock, they talk about fundamentals. They give you a fundamental as to why, fundamental reason as to why you should buy a stock. The PE ratio, or the price to sales, or price to book, or the return on assets are up, or return on assets are down, or the free cash flow is increasing or decreasing. You don't need fundamentals anymore. Fundamentals do not apply. When you buy a stock today, it means nothing what's going on with the company. From 2008 to where we are today, the only one thing moves a stock is get those rates back down. QE, get those rates down. Get that 10-year Treasury. Now, it's first, the Federal Reserve they're going to get to drop their rates from where they are today at 5%, get them to drop their rates down to 0. And then the 10-year Treasury yield will come down to about 1%, 1.5%. So that way there, you can get a mortgage for 2-3%. And when rates are at, Fed rates are at 0, all that money is loaned to businesses. I'm talking about big public companies, the big boys, so they can buy their own shares and push their stock price up and become very, very wealthy. But Main Street doesn't benefit, not at all. See, that's the problem. So you don't need to know anything about the fundamentals of a stock to make money in the market today. You just got to know where is the money going. And you just got to know, remember, the market's forward-looking, so you just got to be able to tell, looking forward, what are the interest rates going to do? What is the 10-year Treasury yield going to do? And what is the short-term Fed rate going to do? In fact, you know that the short-term Fed rate has been higher than the 10-year since October of 2022. We've never seen it invert like that. We've never seen where you can go and you can buy a 3-month Treasury and get 5%. And if you go buy a 10-year Treasury, you're going to get 3.9%. When you have an inversion like that, that's an automatic recession and crash. Now, if that inversion, that being upside down is a couple of months, 6 months, okay. But are you kidding me? 2 years? So anybody thinking this market, they're going to make a decision. Remember, they got to make a decision soon. What are they going to do? This whole deal from 2009 to where we are today, 14 years, someone now's got to make a decision. All right, the way we got the market to go up 1,200% on the NASDAQ and 650% on the S&P was by financially engineering the market through what we call QE, from saving, propping up these banks so that we can funnel money to the banks so they can funnel the money to the corporations on Wall Street so those corporations can buy their own shares to push the stock prices up so that the guys on Wall Street, the top 1%, can make a fortune while Main Street's getting screwed, because every time they do that, everything costs more for you on Main Street. In fact, from the time that Biden became president in 2021 to right today, prices of groceries and essentials are still up 25%. Well, that's because they were able to take and manipulate the yields to come down to make sure that interest rates are at 0 so that these corporations can use that free money to buy their own shares. 14 years this is going on now. So here we are 14 years later, up 1,200%, 650%. Are we just going to go up another 1,200%? Somebody's got to make an announcement here pretty soon, because the market's not doing anything now. Remember I told you you're going to get one last rally before the market crashes. One last rally. And remember, this QE has destroyed the free market. Even though we all enjoy the rally from 2008 to 2023, you'll never again see a market going up like that, ever again. How could you not make money? But we'll never see again either the damage that's going to be done to Main Street when the decision is made, okay, it's over. We can't continue with this game any longer because the people on Main Street, they can't handle the gasoline prices and the food prices. They just can't handle it. if we decide to, let's do it again, let's go for another 14 years, we'll end up like Venezuela. So they got to make that decision pretty quick. Whose decision? We'll talk about that when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records, and Phil's Gang software is easy to use. painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Whose decision is it going to be that are we going to continue to keep the market to rally? We're going to continue QE? Because remember, from 2008 to 2023, those 7 tech stocks drove the market up 1,200%, the Qs, 1,200%. And the S&P 650%. Not earnings, not profits, not producing anything. I mean, look what Siegel says. He comes out and he lies and he says how productivity is great, when productivity is the worst in 70 years. We haven't seen it this low in 75 years because nobody's producing anything since 2008, 2009 to 2020. Why produce anything? You don't have to produce anything. If you're a CEO of a company, you get $1 million free. You don't have no interest to pay on it. Let me ask you a question. Are you going to go take that $1 million and spend it on IT? You're going to spend it on building a new facility? Are you going to spend it on things that are going to increase productivity? It's going to increase wages, savings, that will, again, grow the economy? Or would you say, I think I'll take that $1 million and I'm going to take my stock that right now I have 1 million shares, my stock's at $20, and I don't have any profits because we just came off this 2008, 2009. So I think I got that choice, or maybe if I take that 1 million and I go reduce my outstanding shares from 1 million to 800,000, so I'm going to reduce it down. That means my stock can go from $20 to $60, and I didn't need to make any profits. And I'm going to get one hell of a bonus. I'm going to pick up about maybe 15 million, 20 million for myself. So I got to really sleep on this. Should I pick up 15, 20 million for myself and make my biggest shareholders happy, make Wall Street happy? Or should I be a real American and say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take care of my workers. I'm going to take care of my country, because my country's taking care of me. My workers taking care of me. I'm going to take care of them. I'm going to do what's right. I'm going to spend this money on IT, and I'm going to spend this money on new equipment, new machinery, so my people can get better wages, their families will do better. Or am I going to do QE? What do you think these CEOs did when they're talking to their guys on Wall Street and the bankers? Of course, they said, screw Main Street. Now, Main Street for 14 years thought, wow, we're doing good. Look at this. I can go and buy a car now. I only have to pay I can go get a mortgage. I only have to pay 3%. I can go buy a car. Look at I never dreamed of buying a car like this, and I only have to pay 4% in interest. Wow. But they didn't realize that their wages have only gone up 20% between 2008 and 2023, but the car has gone up 53%, and the only reason they can afford it, because the car went up 53%, because they're able to bring the rates down. But when those rates no longer can stay down and push those rates down, then the guy's going to lose his car and he's going to lose his home. See, that's what people haven't figured out yet. What a scam this was. Well, the rich were getting richer. Remember, they always say to you that when they're doing this program of QE, it's going to lift all boats. Everybody's going to benefit. But it didn't. The rising tide didn't lift all boats. It lifted all yachts and it sank the rowboats. Those are people on Main Street. So all those people on Main Street for 14 years who thought they could now live in instead of a 1,200 square foot house, they could live in a 2,400 square foot house because the payments are going to be so much less, that they didn't care that crawling up behind them was inflation. That inflation one day would catch up to them, because it's that inflation that created the wealth for the 1 percentile. You see? But they didn't think about that, but now they're starting to think about it because they're suffering. And there's no more middle class. Middle class is gone. So when you ask about, okay, Biden, they ask about, well, are you doing better off now under Biden, or are you doing better off under Trump? Well, if you hated Trump, you got to admit you're doing better off under Trump, because you had $7,000 more in your pocket, and under Biden, you had to go into your pocket and take another $4,500 out because of inflation. Because of inflation. So what are they doing trying to get reelected? Well, remember, the whole idea right now is they got to have this soft landing. You know how they're throwing around the word soft landing, soft landing. We're going to have a soft landing. Everybody's going to get a soft landing. No mistake about it. We're in a soft landing. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. 99% of people on Wall Street don't even know what a soft landing is. You know, to qualify for a soft landing is almost impossible to get to a soft landing. We've only had one soft landing in 70 years. It's almost impossible. Because what you need to get a soft landing is a strong labor market. That's the key. That's the key, is that strong labor market. You need 3 years of consecutive economic growth accompanied by low inflation and a strong labor market. You got to have that combination for 3 years. That's why it's only happened once in 70 years, or once since World War II. It's an impossible combination. It's an impossible combination. But yet they're batting the words around. Oh, we're going to have a soft landing, no big deal. Oh, not to worry, we got a strong labor market. But a lot of people are going to be surprised. More when I get back. Join my gang, Phil Grande. Please help St. Jude, too.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth,
I would recommend Phil's gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for,
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up, or why there's continued inflation, or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grande can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And join my gang, Phil's Gang. Now, for 10 days, it's free. And you're going to learn off of myself and Steve and Willie. Because what you're going to be doing is when the market opens, we start trading. And you're trading right alongside of us. You see exactly what we're doing. What a way to learn. And it's free. It's online. You don't have to come to my office, sit next to me, or next to Steve or Willie. It's online. You can see exactly what we're doing. And we stay with the same group of stocks, the best stocks. And when the market opens that day, you can just do exactly what we're doing. Here's what I'm going to do with this stock this morning. Here's what I'm not going to do with this stock. Okay, now this morning I decided I'm going to add to this one, but I'm going to take some profits on that one. Or I'm going to turn this one, I'm going to go short. So you can learn how to sell short. So you're learning off of us. What a way to learn. That's how you learn. You learn, I don't care what it is, investing, skiing, tennis, golf. If you can go and be with somebody who's a professional and you stay with him and you learn off of him, wow, that's the way to learn. But most people can't afford to do that. Most people can't afford to do that. Well, we're doing it free for 10 days. Yeah, free for 10 days. And all they ask you at the end of 10 days, you don't stay with us, just help St. Jude out once in a while, send them a check. Now, understand what they're banking on. I before the break, I said to you, who's going to make the decision? Because the decision's got to be made right now. That's why the market's not going anywhere. Okay, because they got to make a decision. Is it over now? They destroyed America. They destroyed the free market system. For 14 years, they destroyed the free market system with QE. You just print money, get that 10-year treasury yield down, first drive the Fed rate down, then the 10-year will come down, and the tech stocks will go through the roof. In fact, if you look from October 2022 to today, Meta's up 300%. Were you in Meta? If you were with us, you would have been. NVIDIA, and I'm taken from October now, 2022. NVIDIA's up 290%, Meta's up 300%, Microsoft's up 56%, Apple's up 42%, Amazon 78%, Google is 41%. I think I got all the Magnificent Sevens. Those were the stocks that drove this entire stock market. That's it. Those 7 stocks. They drove the whole market. You didn't need any other stocks. That's destroying the free market and printing money to force yields down so that rates, so they can lend money to CEOs at near zero rates, destroys the economy, destroys everything, because to do all that is destroying Main Street, because they don't know it. When they got that loan for 2.9% or 3% on their house, they were happy and giddy, and that was all great. But what they don't realize, it's all going to crumble around them. Everything else is going to crumble around them. They're going to lose their job. Remember, Biden believes the only way he can get reelected, he's got to come up with a soft landing. But the biggest problem for a soft landing, and why we only had it happen one time in 70 years, and why only one time in 70 years? Because it's almost impossible to have a strong labor market when you have a situation with this kind of inflation. Labor market's the problem. That's the key to a soft landing. And that's why in these kind of situations you can't get a strong labor market. In fact, the payroll and employment in 2023 is half of what it was in 2022. In fact, they keep lying to you about the numbers. Remember, Jared from the White House, who is Biden's right hand, or I should say Obama, the same thing, right-hand man, he's his financial advisor, chief economic advisor. They rigged it with the BLS. They faked new jobs of 3.1 million. 3.1, they made these fake jobs, 3.1 million, to try to induce the soft landing, because they need it so badly to get back into the White House. They got to prove it's a soft landing. So they made up 3.1 million jobs. They got caught. The real jobs wasn't 3.1 million, was 306,000. But they'll do anything to try to get the strong labor market to achieve a soft landing. Not going to work. Not going to work. So now the other problem is, okay, we got the job numbers. And remember, they've been revised now. We know what the truthful numbers are. And remember, 70% of those jobs we got every Friday, remember, out of the 10 times they reported every Friday, those 10 Fridays, 9 of those Fridays were fake numbers. They revised them. They kept giving us a fake number, then they'd revise it when nobody's looking. Nobody's paying attention to it. Isn't that amazing? So now, someone's got to say, hey, we got to make a decision. We got to let this market, got to let this economy finally correct after 14 years of this abuse. Or we're going to be like Venezuela. Or do we decide? Now, who's we deciding? You're talking about the wealthiest people in the Senate, the wealthiest people in Congress altogether, the wealthiest people on Wall Street. You're talking about the people that Carlin talked about.
You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the...
You get it. They're going to make that decision. They haven't made a decision yet. That's why the market's not going anywhere. So are they going to start all over again, announce QE and drop interest rates back to zero, and then take the same 7 stocks and rally them again and run the NASDAQ up another 1,200%? And the S&P another 600%. And already groceries and gasoline and healthcare costs and is still up 25% since the day Biden took office. Are they going to do it knowing that is going to go up from 25% to maybe 65%? They're going to destroy Main Street? They may do that. If they do, my members are going to be fine because we're going to be long the market. But see, I don't see that happening. I just don't see that happening. It's over. This whole fake market is over. They can't accomplish that soft landing because the labor market, as I said, is too difficult to get your arms around. It's like getting your arms around a bowl of jelly, and that's the reason why, since World War II, they've only accomplished that one time. That's it. So there's a lot of opportunity coming in the stock market, especially with gold stocks, gold mining stocks. When this thing finally, everybody catches on and this thing starts collapsing, when they decide not to do another QE, you watch what's going to happen to this dollar. It's going to collapse. It's going to collapse, and gold's going to go through the roof. So we're already working with my members. We're already working with gold because we know what's going to happen. And oil, watch what's going to happen with oil. Oil is going to go up huge as well with gold because the dollar's going to collapse, pushing both oil and gold up. So remember, join my gang free for 10 days. So clear if the market goes up or down.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
The holiday season is a wonderful time to be with family and friends, and a good time to learn how to improve your investing strategies in the new year. Phil Grande and philsgang.com can help. Join Phil's Gang and enjoy coffee talk as Phil goes over the markets every morning before they open. Engage in live trading classes. With the Working Investor Program, you'll have access to the tools to control your financial future. Success in the new year is just a click away. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. Why are investors listening to Phil Grande of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, it's like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Why are investors listening to Phil Grande of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, it's like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
There's another dislocation, if you will, right? The economy is telling us one thing, consumers are telling us another thing, and the stock market is telling us a completely separate story. So the stock market seems to be powering on regardless of what the consumer feels is actually happening.
The stock market will power on. No, it hasn't. It's not powering on. The stock market has stopped dead. They can't even hit. They can't even hit the 80. What was the S&P? 480. They're trying to hit 480. They can't hit 480 the last 3 days. The S&P right now is at what's the S&P at right now? Willie, what's the S&P is at 476. They still haven't hit 480. They've tried it 3-4 attempts and they can't get there because there's no institutions that are going to buy. They're not going to buy these stocks. So the problem is this. The amount of inflation that is in the system, because remember, it was easy to do QE in 2008 because on the balance sheet there was only $900 billion. That's it. Of mortgage and treasuries that they bought from all the banks to keep providing them cash. That's all, $900 billion. But when they've gone nuts from 2008 to where we are today, 2023, there is $8 trillion. There's the danger. Why? because that $8 trillion has to be paid. It's got to be paid down. And the banks aren't paying it down. The Federal Reserve, to keep the banks alive, took all that stuff from them and put it on their own balance sheet. So, because they knew the banks couldn't pay the mortgage-backed securities off, couldn't pay the treasuries off. So the Fed said, we'll buy them from you. And they were only worth about 10 cents each, and they paid them 70 cents each. Why was it so important to keep these banks up? Why didn't they let these banks go down? Because they need the banks to filter. When they do this QE, they need the banks. Remember when they push those rates down, and the Fed gets rates down to near zero, and they got to give the money to the banks to give it to the CEO of Apple or whatever to buy his own shares. The Fed can't turn around and give it to Apple or give it to Micron Technology. It's got to go through the banks. So they have no choice but keep these banks alive as long as they're going to keep doing QE. So that's why nobody understood that. Everybody said, why don't they just let the banks go down? They couldn't. They couldn't because they have to. And the other problem is why they can't start QE in 2024 is because they have the $8 trillion on their balance sheet, not $900 billion. And every time one of those comes due, the Federal Reserve has to take their own dollars from their own operation, from their own income, and pay those treasuries off and pay those mortgages off. And their money's getting depleted and depleted. So they can't put another $9 trillion on top of another $8 trillion on top of the $8 trillion. Would be worth in Venezuela. They don't have the money to pay it. So that's why they can't. If everybody could just understand that, then you'd all agree this market's got the biggest crash in history. Because the only way that we're able to move this market up, because they started out with the Federal Reserve only having $900 billion on their balance sheet of mortgages and treasuries they bought from the banks. They were all going broke. So for 14 years, they've been buying all their mortgages and their treasuries and keeping their reserves up so they don't go broke. Here, I'll buy your mortgage, I'll buy your treasuries, and now you got enough money to keep your reserves in place so you don't go broke. But what you got to do for me, Citi, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, when we print all this money and we first drive our short-term rate down so we can bring the 10-year treasury down, and then we can loan all these companies at near zero. We're going to give you the money and you go give it to the CEOs and they'll buy their own stock. So they've been doing this for 14 years, but now if to start again and do it all over again, what are they going to do? They're running out of money. The Federal Reserve has to keep printing and printing because every time they pay these things off, their dollars that the Federal Reserve has from their income keeps on going down, down, and down. And that's why in 2018, we had a repo blow up. And that's why in 2018, we had that 20% crash. Now, if you go look at the repo chart, anybody can get it, Google up repo, keep looking at the spikes. And we're starting to see 2-3 spikes, just like we saw back in 2018. And those spikes are telling you that we're in another situation where the Federal Reserve doesn't have enough money to keep the banks, give them enough money to keep their doors open. Now, obviously, not going to let the banks go down. All the Federal Reserve does is call Treasury and say, print me money. But that's more inflation. All this money has gone into our money, our circulation of money. And the money supply that we have out there is so big, much bigger than what we're producing. That's more inflation. So you see, what people don't understand is they can't do this over again. They can't. It's impossible. And Biden's thinking, all I got to do is get the strong labor market, and we'll cheat. If I can prove that I got a strong labor market, I can get a soft landing and I'll get reelected. And I can mask all this. And Jared Bernstein, that gangster with the BLS, who made up the 3.1 million new jobs and got caught, and now they found those 3.1 million jobs were really 306,000 jobs because they're trying to beef up. They're trying to beef up the labor market, seeing how strong they are. So the opportunity here is you can make a ton of money in gold mining stocks when this thing blows up. And you can make a ton of money just reversing instead of buying Microsoft and Apple and those stocks, those 7 stocks. Those stocks with China and those 7 stocks, it's going to spark the biggest crash in history because there's no way they can continue. Now, the only way they could continue if the balance sheet of the Fed was back to $900 billion. But they got so greedy, they never allowed a recession. They just wanted the top 1 percentile. They just wanted to get more wealth, more wealth, more wealth. And as I said, all that wealth just lifted not all boats, just their yachts. So we have a tremendous opportunity, and we want to share this with you. If you just join us for 10 days free, and you're going to finally, at the end of 10 days, you're going to say, God, it doesn't matter if the market goes up or down. I'll make money both ways. That's right. And then what you do is those 10 days, you're going to be working right with us online. You're going to see when we take our Apple stock, if we short it or if we buy it, you're going to be learning right off of us. You're going to see actually what we're doing minute by minute. What's better than that? So no, there's no strong labor market. And the other problem that's going on right now is that, as I said, the job numbers that are coming out every Friday, most of those jobs, about 70% of those jobs, are a combination of government jobs, especially social services. Remember, they're expanding our welfare state. All those young kids and liberals that are in the White House, they're expanding the welfare state like Obama was doing when he was there. He was a young liberal, young socialist. So they're just expanding, okay, the welfare state. So nobody's thinking about productivity. They're all thinking about expanding the welfare state. They're all thinking about let's keep this war going. Now think about that. You also got Ukraine. You got the omnibus bill out there, the green energy bill. You got the COVID rescue plan out there. That's all inflation. So you are going to have a crash. So watch your 10-year and your 3-month treasury. It'll tell you when the market's going to crash. But join the gang and you know that.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600.